of your Philadelphia Flyers. Rick Tocchet joins us. Rick, good morning. How are we doing today?
Good morning, guys. How are you guys?
Very good. Looking forward to a big season ahead, Coach, and the challenge you've got ahead of you. I'm sure when you had opportunities, we talked about it the morning you were hired. We were looking at the Vegas boards, and people were saying you were the favorite to get the Seattle job, the favorite to get the Chicago job, the favorite to get this job. Was there any trepidation about choosing to come back home over other jobs?
No, not really. I mean, obviously, when sometimes you're in good situations in your life, and you want to analyze things. And I did a lot of due diligence. I spent a lot of time with Danny and Keith Jones, and I really thought I loved their plan. Obviously, I played in Philly. I love the city. I know I've been gone for a while.
Sure.
And you want to be a part of bringing hockey, like this success back to the Flyers. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and parts of the 2000s. I mean, this is a hell of a franchise. So, like to get them back on the map and be part of the solution.
I imagine you choosing the Flyers also makes me think that you are comfortable with the direction that this team is heading. So based off of your scouting of this team right now, obviously with all the draft picks that you have at your disposal right now, what are some of the things that you really like about the direction of the Flyers?
Well, I think there's a lot of prospects in the prospect pool. Obviously, the Flyers have we got a lot of draft picks this year and next year. Next year for a lot of cap space, ton of cap space for next year for free agents if we go that route. And then even the core group of guys. I mean, if you look at the wingers, they got really good wingers, fast wingers. I think we got some smart centermen. Obviously, we got to shore up the goaltending, but there's I don't know a lot about the depth of the goaltending, but I know there's some young guys in 19, 20 in the goaltending pool that are up and coming guys, and obviously the defense is something that with, like I said, a lot of defensemen and young defensemen in the draft pool. So I don't know. I just feel that there's a process they want to go through. I bought into it. I believe in it. Big Danny's done a really good job of kind of just building this slowly and where it's sustainable. Hey, guys, like you just don't want to try to make the playoffs one year and then you're out the next. I think they want to try to make the Flyers a sustainable product on the ice every year where, you're competing every year for the cup. And I think that's the goal.
Rick, it's important that, when you played for the Flyers and teams that you played on that won championships had an identity. How do you go about crafting an identity?
Yeah, I think that starts every day. I mean, you're just not going to wake up. I mean, it's every day as soon as you come in the rink that we're all on the same page. What's the process of it? I know I've been saying this the whole time that word process is the most overused word in sports.
Especially in this town. It's a dirty word in this town.
I know, man. I got to think of a different word.
Yeah, get rid of that word. Yes.
I know. I don't know what the word is, but it really is, though. I mean, like a player comes in there. That's my big philosophy. I'm trying to, and I'm in the process of hiring a really good coaching staff where the players come in every day and we have a goal, to get better every day. And that's how you create culture. And it's the way the Flyers play. I want us to be an intelligent team. That's the one thing that, if you look to be successful teams, you want to be intelligent on the ice. But you also, listen, everybody wants to be hard to play against, and playing hard against is just not about rough stuff. It's about, being willing to go to areas, being willing to block a shot for your teammates, just being willing to do anything for your teammates, and that's playing hard. So that's creating identity. And, you want the Flyer fans when they leave the rink. Obviously, you hope you win more than you lose, but that they're proud of their team, the way they play. And I think that's the goal of and from talking to guys, I mean, I've talked to guys throughout the last couple of weeks, they're really excited of really putting a product on the ice where the fans can feel proud of them. And I think that's a big goal for us here.
We're all so excited to watch a pure goal scorer in Matvei Michkov, but I'm curious, what are you excited about to coach Michkov, and what are some of the things that you saw from his rookie season that you would like to really focus on in terms of his development?
Well, you want to get a guy like that the puck a lot. I've been watching their power play. I know it's struggled the last couple of years, but I saw some really good glimpses of when he gets the puck down low. He's got that ability to find people. He's thinking two steps ahead. So we got to get everybody in sync on that. Obviously, we don't want to put too much pressure on him. It's going to be his second year. I mean, he had 60 points. I mean, I think there's some games he didn't play, and he still had 60 points. So there's a lot of good there. I think he was talking about Kucherov as a guy that he really wants to emulate. Kucherov's one of the best. He's one of my favorite players in the league is Kucherov, and this guy works his tail off. I think Kucherov takes 2 weeks off after the season. He's back on the ice. I mean, that's the sort of commitment that he's going to do. And I think when a guy like Michkov, that's his kind of idol, it kind of makes me smile because that's the sort of stuff that he's going to have to do. And we can't put too much pressure on him, but I do like the drive in this guy. And we got to get him the puck. When you have skilled players like that, you got to get this guy the puck as much as possible.
Rick, Sports Talk Radio in Philly will always have these great helpful hints for you whenever you need them. You can just tune in.
Yeah.
We'll be able to help you out. But the power play has been atrocious for 2 years. So, one of your assistant coaches that you're bringing in going to be able to bring a different power play approach that's going to be able to help to bring some success for that or specialize in that?
Yeah, I think for the power play for me, and I've coached it in Pittsburgh and some other stops, and you want to give your players concepts. I think when you get in trouble is when you give them too many plays. If you watch the best power plays, it's very instinctual. You look at a guy like Connor McDavid. I know I'm using him. He's the outlier. He's incredible. But anytime Edmonton beats pressure, what does Connor McDavid do? He attacks. There's no play. He just attacks the net, and then he uses a creative ability. And that's what I want our players to do. When we beat pressure, we want to attack and then use your offensive talent. So that's a lot of practice. That's a lot of concept. That's a lot of meetings. And that's a lot of reps on the ice. I'm going to put a staff together. There might be multiple guys that have had success coaching the power play on my staff. So I think we'll be well versed there. And I just think it's something that obviously to be successful in this league, you have to have a half decent power play to win this league, and we got to obviously flip those numbers that they've had in the last couple of years.
We're really excited to be seeing you at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in AC for day one of the NHL draft. It's available for people to buy tickets, $6 per person to commemorate the Flyers selecting 6th overall. Proceeds benefiting the Flyers charities. And you get to hang out and break down draft picks with John Kincade.
Yeah, we'll see you there, Rick.
He might educate you a little bit, Rick.
I got some notes for him. I'll hand him some notes.
No, hey, listen, I could use all the advice.
Oh, please.
But here's one thing. I want to see if maybe in the next couple of years we make it $32 for these tickets.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think we do that.
I like that.
That's a great idea. Right after the parade.
That's the goal, boys.
You saw how much fun the Eagles had at the parade. I can only imagine you being the grand master of a parade. That'd be a fun one.
The city of Philadelphia, I'll put any of those major sports in Philly. Whatever team wins, I don't think there's the parades. The teams, cities in North America can outdo Philly. I mean, I've never seen a crowd that comes out. You look at the Flyers in the 70s.
Thank you so much for being a part of our journey on a daily basis, watching here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We always appreciate you doing that because it makes our jobs a lot better when the bosses are happy. So thank you very much, and keep on watching.